Hey everyone, Longacres Finance here, and the long-awaited ARKX ETF could launch in the United States as soon as next week. I normally focus on dividend stocks in this channel, but I also like to expose my portfolio to growth funds, given my investment horizon is quite long. I personally think that space exploration will be a huge industry in the future, and I'd like to earn my slice of the pie, so to say. I'm willing to park my money in this space for the long term, and I'll be doing so with ARKX in addition to the UFO and rocket ETFs already in my portfolio. Most investors are aware of the ARK Invest family of ETFs, and its chief investment officer, Cathie Wood, as she's been all over the news in the investment world lately. ARK Invest funds have provided market-beating returns to their investors, all the while attracting massive attention and large inflows of new money. A few months back, Cathie announced that ARK would be launching a new ETF product, the ARKX fund focused on space exploration. ARK filed paperwork with the SEC on January 13th of this year, meaning that the earliest this new fund can launch is March 29th. Which happens to be Monday of next week. If you're a growth investor and would like to get more exposure to the space industry, this fund could offer just that. Cathie and her team at ARK have a solid track record of picking the right stocks to include in their fund offerings, and this upcoming space ETF could prove to be the same. If you already happen to have exposure to this industry through individual stocks or funds, you may also get excited about the potential short-term gains created by ARKX's launch. Let's see what Cathie's thoughts on space exploration are.
I can't say anything. We're in the quiet period when it comes to the fund itself. You have to wait until the SEC deems it effective. But yes, the right side of change. And the reason is always the same. The costs associated with launching, with rockets themselves, with antenna, they're all coming down dramatically thanks to both the private and the public sector. But I think the private sector has really helped NASA out here. You've got Elon Musk, you've got Jeff Bezos, you've got Richard Branson in another way. And on the technology side, we see SpaceX and Blue Origin pushing the envelope. So costs are coming down and the technologies are finally ready. I think the reusable rocket that Elon, many people were saying, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? And of course, now we know the only way he's going to be able to get to Mars, or whoever the first people are, we are going to need reusable rockets to do that. And so, again, it's always about cost. Right. Costs are collecting, and it's always about technology being ready. So, yes.
Many of you might already know, but some may not, that ARK already has a space exploration fund that has been around since 2018 in Japan. Here is a recent report from that fund, and although it is in Japanese, we can still see a list of the top 10 holdings in the fund. Whether the same holdings will be included in the new ETF is yet to be announced, and if they are, they could be of smaller value. On their website, ARK has a page about this space exploration ETF, and I think they will use the same investment focus for the new US ETF, but perhaps with different stocks. But we can get a sense of the type of companies ARK may target for inclusion. Those will be companies that focus on reusable rockets, orbital aerospace, suborbital aerospace, aerial drones, 3D printing, and enabling technology. Many of these companies may already be part of one of ARK's other ETFs, like the Innovation Fund. For example, ARKQ, the Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, has two common investment focuses with the Space Exploration ETF. They are 3D printing and aerial drones. I bet there will be some overlap in the companies between the two funds in this space. You can also see a full holdings report on ARK's website if you'd like to do a little bit more digging. ARK also has an ETF solely dedicated to 3D printing, ticker symbol PRNT, that may already hold some of the names that will be included in ARKX. And you can't forget ARK's flagship fund, ticker symbol ARKK, the Disruptive Innovation ETF that also has a focus on 3D printing. Each of these funds could stand to benefit from the new inflow of money that ARKX will create into the overlapping holdings. I think individual space exploration stocks that end up in the new ETF will also see some short-term upside as well as already existing ETFs in the space. I personally own two, and they are UFO and Rocket, and I look forward to adding shares of ARKX when it launches. A fellow YouTuber, Dandy Finance, has recently published 2 videos with 10 individual stocks that he thinks could be included in the ARKX fund. I'll leave a link to both in the description below if you'd like to check them out. Let me know in the comments below if you are also planning on investing in ARKX. That's it, thanks for watching, see you next time.